Hey, good morning, guys. Well, on the internet this morning, something I shouldn't be doing because it always costs me money. But I spent my money for myself already this month. All right, I just on Gunbroker, my favorite place, not my bank accounts. But I'm just kind of checking some stuff out. I always jump on here every now and then and look around. I'm looking at some 1911s, my favorite pistol. Yes, no doubt. Just to make sure, and I'm sure all of you all know, the 1911 is my favorite semi-auto pistol. Period. I always liked the 1911. Not only is it just a super sexy gun, it shoots and it has the most unbelievable trigger. It has the greatest grip you could possibly want. That's just me. I like it. This is neat. This is, wow, look at this. This is a new one that they got out. This is a lightweight government model. That's pretty neat. Let's look at some of the other pictures. That's pretty cool. I always wonder, I always wanted one of these, like, I guess you could say souped up 1911s. You got all the you got the extended beaver tail, commander hammer, sights that are better. The serrations are, this one's angled and they got forward and rear. And this is in blue. Now I got my Kimber, which actually you'll see today. Well, you saw it today by the time this vlog goes up. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Oh, I like those grips, man. Those, see, every time I drag the mouse over, it wants to do this thing. Those grips are nice. Okay, now, so one thing I don't like right away, I'll tell you. If you look at the screws, I like the regular traditional flathead screws. I do not like the hex or Allen key screws because you cannot. If those come loose, you can't just quickly grab anything like a coin, your fingernail, my keys, and just tighten them up. That's just, and I always like the 3 holes drilled into the trigger. I don't know, it looks pretty cool. But yeah, $1,000 for this thing, by the way. If you hadn't seen right here on the side of the screen, yeah, right there. Buy it now for $99.99. This one, an old one. You got a they're saying this is a World War I 1918 U.S. Army original. Key thing when you're looking at these auctions is lots of pictures. Always look for somebody that's posting a lot of pictures. It looks looks really clean. I gotta say, it does look really clean. Sometimes that's scary when they look really clean. I don't know. It just always seems to scare me sometimes. But you never know. I mean, there's stuff that they got piled away and or just really well taken care of. If you look at this photo, now it could just be the lighting, and I know on the camera it's probably not going to appear very well, but that beaver tail, that looks really clean. I mean, notice how the thing that concerns me about this picture is notice how really worn the mainspring housing is and really clean this beaver tail is. That's a little concerning to me right there, because you could chalk it up to this being contact area on the hand, but then how come this is not just as worn as this? These are just things that I look for. You got to be careful with these war guns because it's so easy to overpay for them, and in reality they have a lot of things that are not quite what they should be, miscellaneous parts, such and such. It's just there's just a lot of factors to consider in these things. It does have a lot of all the characteristics. Okay, so the magazine, notice how it's two-toned. They did do that. It's got the lanyard on the bottom. Another big one to realize too, when you're dealing with World War I, the sights were a lot different back then. These sights are just barely there. That sight on the rear is just, it's really hard to see that. And World War II, they opened that up a little bit more. But the magazine is definitely cool. The magazine is definitely original. World War I, they did put this marking on the slide, model of 1911 U.S. Army. That will be on the right side. And it's barrel. Barrel's in pretty good shape. You also want to look for the frosting. They call it the frosting in the barrel. Okay, so also World War I. This is a good indication that's a World War I slide. The spot where the disconnector goes, they were machined out differently when you actually see them up close and personal compared to World War II. The ones in World War I look a lot more crude. And another indication of military is you see this, I don't know if it'll show up on camera, but there's this little notch that's cut into the sight and on the frame to match up. They did that. Good reproductions of these things actually replicate that. Thumb safety looks correct with the little stippling on there. It's like just basically little gnarls. Not any kind of serrations or anything. It's more checkering, I should say. Yep, beaver tail looks correct with hardly any there. Wide spur hammer, as they did have that. Okay, let's go back to a photo like this. Here, actually, get a closer look. Another thing that in World War I, another way to tell the frame, and also where the United States military property stamp is, but right here in the rear of the trigger, they did not scallop those, they did not cut away, they did not have the cutaway yet. You can see here, there's no cutaway right here. Every time I drag my mouse over that thing is... Okay, and the other thing is that, okay, well, do they have a good picture of it? Let's see. Okay, right here, the United States property stamp in World War I, this is where they put it. World War II, it went to the right side, right on the right side, basically, near the grip. So they changed the placement of that. So all in all, this actually does look pretty good. There again, it's about $4,500. Yeah, getting ready to get off to work here. The hard thing about this week has been really like it was for yesterday and today is really just the fact of knowing that there's probably not going to be one, any parking, two, it's just dead at work. Really, our customers are not showing up. Yes, I'm making money anyway, going to work, doing what I gotta do, but it makes the day extremely boring. There's nobody that comes in. And yesterday, I will admit that the parking was a little bit better than it could have. It definitely could have been a lot worse. That's because good old Moonshine has been doing a really good job, as he always does, of really regulating that parking lot. I mean, putting up signs, customer parking only, because it's not just for me in that complex. I don't know how well, I don't know if some of the videos have shown the complex a little bit where I work. A little bit past where I'm at, there's actually like a gold buyer girl. She's a good friend of mine. It's been hurting her business for us as well. And then right next to us is a tobacco shop. I mean, I guess they're doing all right because that's kind of like a vice. Everybody's going to want to go there and get their tobacco. I'm just guessing. I don't know. I don't smoke, so I really can't relate to that. And then there's the... a little bit past them, there's a nail salon, and then there's also a little barbecue, kind of local business, Chinese barbecue they call it, I think. In fact, that's one of the menus in that book I sent you, Joe, that you won that. So yeah, they're kind of. I remember yesterday I went in there for. Yeah, I think no, it was yesterday. I think I went in there to buy. Yeah, I bought a drink. I went in there and I literally walked in there. The place is dead, which usually it's packed, and the owner is sitting on the desk like. Or at the cash register, like looked like he was just like bored out of his mind. That's just kind of how it's been. So I don't know. We'll see how this pans out. I honestly, by the looks of everything, I don't know. I may roll out of there early. I don't know. We'll see how today goes. Really. Into work. The parking situation it's iffy. That way parking is the people have parking, the other businesses, because they actually like put out cones and blocked off their entire stall. Unfortunate for us, we have our stalls that are right in front of our shop already taken, so we can't go out there and do it. But it really does, I mean, because what we are, a specialty shop kind of thing, most of our customers are just going to avoid coming into town. So what's going on today is I'm actually just going to kind of see how it rolls out here, feeling out the day. I don't know if I'm going to stay the entire day or not, so we'll see. Yeah, it's just the way it's rolling out here, because I hate to sit here at the shop and collect a paycheck when there's nothing coming in, when there's basically no sales rolling through. So it does kind of better off we do close and just live on to fight another day, in a sense. Alright, so since it's pretty dead here at work, the new video just went up, the Kimber 1911 at the range. We talked a little bit about it, compared it a little bit to the Colt. So just did some shooting, and of course we thank Badman Bullets for supplying us the lead to do that video. So alright, just kind of going through answering the comments. Russ Elder had said a couple of beauties. 1911s are a lot of fun. Yes, they are. It's my favorite pistol, semi-auto pistol period, is a 1911. Alright, so just kind of going through answering some questions or the comments and things. So oops. I got a comment here from Sean Callanan. He was talking about the sights on the Kimber is a lot easier than the old U-notch sights out of the GI guns. Yes, it is a lot easier to see those Meprolite sights that are on the Kimber. There is something I think is really cool about the old school GI guns. So there's like always this soft spot in my heart for the old school GI guns. Like if somebody told me you can only have one 1911 and that's it, it would have to be like an old war model or something like that. That's just what I gotta have. Interesting video that came up on the should you buy a Colt Python revolver. It's kind of an older video. It's been on there. It's get some traffic that goes through it. A guy named John Daltrey said, BATJAC, thanks for the video. I own one and would never turn it loose now. I've owned a total of 4 at one time, ended up selling them, getting rid of them, such and such. Generally speaking, the older ones were smoother than the newer ones, but I still think it's sweet of Royal Colt. Yeah, I mean, he's basically talking about all the Python stuff. It's really, yeah, they have gotten expensive. Pythons, for me, it's and I know don't get me wrong, I'm a Colt fan. I like a lot of the Colt products, especially all their collectible revolvers. The Python is super cool, but it's a bit overrated. If you ask me, it's just they're too expensive.
in my opinion, and I know I'm probably going to anger some people, but I just don't think they're worth what they're going for today. I wouldn't pay that money for one today because they're just, to me, they're not worth it. I can't. I don't see that kind of value in it. And you know, again, it's just kind of being a little overrated, I think. So, yeah. Anyway, my friend here, Darren Bag 6 Gun, it says, nice video, BATJAC, always learning something new from you. Nice guns, keep up the good work. And that was on the Colt Series 80 dissected video where we kind of took apart the Colt Series 80. By the way, that is one of my favorite 1911s. That is my buddy Santee. Anyway, yeah, it's Darren Bags, by the way. Darren Bags 6 Gun. He doesn't have a channel or anything. He's just a subscriber, but he's the guy that sent me that Hondo poster that you see in the vlogs. That big, giant Hondo John Wayne poster. That was the first thing I ever received from one of you subscribers, one of the viewers, one of you guys that are part of the BATJAC J.W. Army, and I appreciate it. So, yeah, that was one of the very first things I ever received. That's really cool. I've always kept it, it rolled up in a box, but I put it up for the vlogs. Why not and do that? So, again, I really appreciate all the gifts that I get. In fact, just this morning, I went out to the store and bought some stuff to give back to you folks. I spent some money, and, you know, but you guys are worth it, and the stuff is never cheap for some reason. I don't know. They really pump the prices up, but I got some cool stuff for y'all, and I'm going to send it out to you. We'll go ahead and figure tomorrow is Friday, so JW's Radio, so I'll go ahead and package up one of those to, I think, Logan Coffee. Yeah, he's the one that actually sent me his address, shipping address, to ship out one of those NRA flyers. And I know, Bob, you did as well. I'm gonna ship yours out tomorrow because I wanted to go and pick up some extra stuff for you to toss in there. Just another way to just show back appreciation. And yeah, there's a handful of you that I'm gonna get something back to you. So anyway, keep tuned for that. Yeah, today's kind of been slow, so we'll see how it goes. I made a mistake there. The guy that sent me shipping address for JW's Radio tomorrow for one of those pamphlets is Sam Hicks. Logan Coffee had asked me for a shipping address because he was shipping me a bullet mold as a gift. So thank you to Logan for that. Always, you know, it's really cool that people do that. You know, I don't ask anybody to, but really neat. So I got some swag to give back to everybody. So keep tuned in to the radio shows on JW's Radio every Saturday morning on the BATJAC J.W. channel, and we will be doing some giveaways and stuff. So anyway, yeah, pretty bored at work and pretty hungry, and I didn't want to go anywhere because it's like battling traffic. So I went on to Domino's and I saw this, and I know it's something that's not diet friendly, but I decided to order it on delivery, so we'll see how it turns out. It's stuffed cheesy bread with bacon and all up in you. Oh my goodness. This is what happens. And you know what time it is. It's only 3 o'clock. Alright, just got my food, a little picnic right here at work. Oh, it's like a calzone or something. Well, that's pretty cool. I've never had this before. Oh, how do you get a piece? I think I'll pass on the breadsticks next time. Not a good food to eat when you're bored. Now I'm ready for bed. We're heading home. The day is done, and it's about 6 o'clock, a little after 6, 10 after 6. Already getting dark. Did notice that around here as winter is approaching, sort of saying. Well, it's fall, but as winter is approaching, the sun is going down sooner and sooner. Before in summertime, I mean, it actually would stay light out until like 7. So, but yeah, it's just cool. That's what I like winter and fall. This is my favorite time of the year. I like cold weather better than hot weather either way. So yeah, I had to stop off at the hardware store working on a little project. I'll let you guys know about it more. I don't want to get too excited about it because we got to find out if it's going to even work. So we're just kind of messing around, something a little extra. But anyway, guess what, guys? The day is over for me, and yes, I am off for the next 5 days. I get my little what would you call vacation. Okay, so guess what this is? This, oops, so my stamp doesn't come off. This is for you, Bob. I know it took me a little while to get this thing put together, but I wanted to put some extra stuff in there for you. So I'm actually heading out to the mailbox right now to put it in there and put the flag up. Look how dark it has gotten already. I don't even want to fly on the street. I don't know if you guys can see anything, but here goes nothing. Oh, had some stuff in there. In it goes. Flag is up. All right. So your stuff is officially on its way. Moon is out. Lights in town. Everybody's gearing up for the Ironman, which is Saturday. Look at that moon. It's just a speck on camera. Okay. That's gonna be it, you guys. I'm gonna get out of here, get this vlog uploaded. That's the end of the day. For me, it's fairly late. I guess it's getting around to that late. It's about 8:30. So I'm gonna get this vlog uploaded, and I'm off. I'm off for the next 5 days. So who knows what's gonna happen with these vlogs. I hope that my package arrives in the mail at some point. Again, partial select. I was told that it is like a handoff thing. It starts with one courier and then gets handed off to another. Kind of strange. I don't know. I've never seen that before. I even went back and looked at a couple of books I ordered some time ago, because I remember I'm like, wow, that came weird mail too. So I looked that up, and it was like listed under like bound printed media or something. I mean, I don't know. Amazon uses some weird shipping methods, and it's always different. I swear, it's so random sometimes. I've ordered stuff that was like free shipping, and it was like 2-day FedEx. And it's like weird. And then I've ordered some stuff and it came priority, and then some stuff came like forever. And then one was like what do they call it? Some sort of I don't know. It was like it took exactly 7 days. Whatever it was, it always took 7 days, and it was for a long time. They were like constantly using it. Oh, partial pool. That was it. Partial pool. That was weird. It takes exactly like 7 days out here. So I don't know. And then now there's just, now instead of partial pool, it's select. So I don't know. Maybe instead of going to the pool, they start selecting other things. I don't know. Every time I hear that word select in that kind of thing, I think of those chicken nuggets from McDonald's. What was it called? Chicken select? I don't know. I'm getting out of here, guys.